YouTube, how you doing? Raj from the UK here, and today I thought I'd share with you a couple of fragrance related magazine articles and features. A couple of them are quite new, a couple of the other magazine articles are really old, and I'm just going to get straight into it. I saw this one recently in Shortlist magazine. Shortlist is a free magazine distributed around London and also distributed around different cities in the UK. And this article talks about the latest addition to Dior's collection Privee. And this one, if I could get a close-up, is called, actually I've forgotten the name, is called Oudh Isphahan. So, you know, you could argue that this is Dior jumping onto the Oud bandwagon, or you could also say that this is an example of Dior trying to expand their collection Privee sort of range, which is a little bit more innovative and just a higher end fragrance line. They say that they describe it as groundbreaking, actually. So, you know, maybe that's something they're hyping up, or maybe that's the truth. The perfumer behind this is Francois Demachy. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that. And they say that he's created this reinterpretation of a Middle Eastern rose oud with Turkish rose essence, Indonesian patchouli, and sandalwood from New Caledonia. And they've also used oud wood essence from Laos. This one is from the. They say it's exclusively available from La Maison de Parfum, the House of Fragrance or Perfume, from Selfridges in London from the 28th of May, and it's going to cost you £125 for 125 ml. Described here as Dior's global scent. So presumably it will be a little bit more widely available after that date. I think after the exclusivity runs out with Selfridges, or you start to see it all over the place. So I've only tried Sycamore from the collection, so maybe this one is the one I'd be interested in trying. Next up we have from Esquire magazine. We have if I can get that. They've done. This is actually really old. This is going back like a year. This is May 2011, so it's about a year old. And this is they've given a top 6 spring scents to wear. And as their number 1, another Dior actually. They've got Ambre Nuit from the private collection. They've chosen number 2 as Acqua di Parma Colonia Assoluta. Number 3 as Hermès, Un Jardin sur la Toile. Un Jardin sur la Toile. Number 4, Gucci Guilty. Number 5, Paul Smith Optimistic. I've never heard of Optimistic actually. Paul Smith have a couple of good fragrances. I don't have any at the moment, but I have tried them in the past, so this is a new one to me. And another new one to me, this is Guerlain, and this is called Arsène Lupin Voyou. Never heard of that. Guerlain is the house I really want to get into. I only own one fragrance from Guerlain. So, do you agree with this top 6 list? It is a year old, maybe there are some new additions to be made to it, but they basically describe this one, Dior collection. They say they're interested in, so 5 of the scents are intended for men. They think the highlights are Eau Noire, Bois d'Argent, and their favourite is Ambre Nuit, which combines bergamot with elusive ambergris. Colonia Assoluta, just a classic. They say it's a superb fragrance. Hermès knows Jean-Claude Ellena was inspired by the incredible roof garden above the company's building at 24 Faubourg Saint-Honoré in Paris. The resulting fragrance is light, fresh, with top notes of grass, magnolia and apple. So it sounds unisex to me, to be honest. Number 4, Gucci Guilty. I don't own any fragrances by Gucci. A couple of them are a little bit, not really that interested, but I've never tried Gucci Guilty. And the new fragrance from Gucci's creative director, this is a 1-year-old magazine, so it's not new anymore. Frida Giannini, apparently inspired by thrill seekers, takes the olfactive form of lemon, mandarin, pink pepper top notes, a lavender and cardamom heart, and a fashionable cedar and sandalwood base. Sometimes, when you read descriptions like that on from designer fragrances, it sounds great, and some of them definitely match the description, but a lot of them actually it's just hype, to be honest. But I'm not going to judge this fragrance, Gucci guilty. I've never tried it, so maybe next time I'm in the shop I'll definitely try that. Paul Smith, Optimistic. You know, I've never seen that bottle before, never even heard of it, so that's out of shot. So yeah, it seems like quite a cool design on the bottle. I don't own any Paul Smith fragrances. I have in the past, but I haven't bought any new ones. Decent house, good value, I'd say. Optimistic is perfect for spring, they say. Expect your mood to be instantly lifted by the opening notes of citrus and pepper, before fresh sage and geranium make their presence felt. The warm base of cedar, vetiver and amber gives a soft dry down. Now at the time they were charging £49. You'd hope that's a pretty damn big bottle for £49 for Paul Smith. I don't know, it doesn't say what the size is, but yeah. And then going on to this final one, this one which is the one which has caught my eye out of all the 6. It's a Guerlain fragrance. Guerlain Arsène Lupin Voyou. And they say that Arsène Lupin is a French gentleman thief, created by early 20th century writer Maurice Leblanc. And 2 sides of Lupin's character are celebrated by Guerlain's sophisticated fragrances. One is called Dandy and one is called Voyou, which means scoundrel. They say Voyou is easier to wear with its bitter orange, pepper and patchouli notes. On the pricey side though, £135. So yeah, that's I don't know if that's still around or, you know, what the deal is with that one. Next up we have another article from Esquire magazine, and this one is talking about, you can see that, it's called Smells Like Clean Spirit. So it's talking about the idea of cleanliness in a fragrance. You know, a lot of people describe scents as being fresh and clean, and in this one they talk about, you know, how it all started off with Davidoff Cool Water, which has to date netted in excess of £1 billion. And you know, Pierre Bourdon, who was the perfumer behind this, he used a molecule called cologne, which evokes this idea of freshness. And they talk about how freshness has become a buzzword in male grooming and male fragrances, and people associate freshness with the sort of, and cleanliness with the modern gentleman, somebody who looks after their appearance and is, you know, maybe metrosexual, you could say. They also go on to talk about a couple of fresh or clean scents which are quite popular, or their recommendations anyway. The first one being Guerlain. That one is Homme L'Eau by Guerlain. Second one is Orange Star, number 9 Orange Star by Andy Tower. Then you have number 3 L'Eau d'Essai. L'Eau by Serge Lutens. And Byredo, this one is called Palermo. I was in a department store actually called Liberty in London, and I bought a few fragrances from there, and the guy gave me 12 samples of this Byredo house. A couple of them were duplicates, but 12 samples. I was totally blown away by that. And you know, in terms of descriptions, Homme L'Eau, a latest twist on Homme's signature pairing of mint and geranium, and it's also got grapefruit and rum. Andy Tower, an amazing house. Mandarin, clementine, lemongrass, orange blossom, ambergris, tonka bean, and a powdery violet note for a heady finale. Interesting. L'Eau by Serge Lutens, a scent of fresh laundry apparently. And Palermo, definitely sounds interesting. It's quite pricey though, £115 is a lot of money to pay, but if it's good, you know, they describe it as a dirty sort of clean. Handful of ripe bergamot fruit, bitter bigarade, and florals, rose absolute ambrette, leading into a bold musky base. So if you guys have tried these fragrances, let me know. There's definitely a couple in there which I haven't tried and I definitely want to try. I'm going to do another video now of a couple of other articles I've seen, so stay tuned for that, and again, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.
My poetry's deep, I never fell. Nas's rap should be locked in a cell. It ain't hard to tell.